You ever have someone look you dead in the eyes and tell you you can't do it, tell you you're not enough, that you don't have what it takes? Maybe they didn't even have to say it. Their silence said it all, their smirk, that little laugh under their breath. They wrote you off before you even started. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You felt it. In school, when they told you you'd never make it. At work, when they passed you over. In your own family, telling you to be realistic, to lower your sights, to settle for less than what's burning inside you. And the worst part, sometimes it's not even other people. It's that voice in your own head. That quiet voice that says, you're not good enough. Don't even try. Who do you think you are? But let me ask you something. What if you decided that today is the day you stop listening? What if you decided to make their doubt the very thing that wakes you up at 5 a.m. while they're sleeping? What if you used every dismissal, every rejection, every insult as gasoline for your fire? I'm not here to tell you to just stay positive. No, I'm here to tell you, use it. Let it cut you. Let it hurt you. Let it sting so bad you have no choice but to get up and do something about it. Because there's a quiet power in proving people wrong. Not by yelling, not by fighting, not by begging them to see you, but by building something so strong they can't ignore it. By becoming undeniable. By becoming the kind of person they tell stories about long after you're gone. They don't see your vision. That's fine. They don't believe in you. That's fine. They don't think you can do it. Good. Let them talk. Because while they're talking, you're working. While they're laughing, you're planning. While they're sleeping, you're building. And one day, they won't be able to deny what you've done. They'll have to respect it. They'll have to respect you. So if you're ready to stop asking for permission, if you're ready to stop explaining yourself, if you're ready to stop playing small to make them comfortable, then lean in. Because today we're talking about what it really means to prove them all wrong. You want to prove them all wrong? Then start here. Own your story. Every last messy, painful, imperfect part of it. No more excuses, no more blame, no more waiting for someone to come fix it for you. Because the truth is, no one's coming. And that's not a tragedy. It's freedom. Because if no one's coming to save you, then you get to save yourself. People will spend their whole lives pointing fingers. I didn't have the opportunities. My parents didn't support me. They never gave me a chance. Life's unfair. You know what? You're right. Life is unfair. People will lie. They'll cheat. They'll underestimate you. They'll break your heart. The world doesn't hand out justice on a silver platter. But sitting there complaining about it isn't going to change a damn thing. You can either accept responsibility for your life or stay stuck blaming everyone else while nothing changes. Because here's the truth. No one likes to hear. It's not your fault what happened to you, but it is your responsibility what you do about it. That's the difference between people who win and people who quit. Winners don't waste time explaining why they can't. They don't tell the world how hard it is, so they'll get pity. They don't rehearse the story of their struggle so they can keep playing the victim. No, they own it. They say, yeah, that happened. It was hard. It hurt. But I'm still here. And now I'm going to do something about it. You want power? Take responsibility. All of it. Even for the stuff that wasn't your fault. Because as long as you're blaming someone else, you're giving them your power. You're saying you control my future because you ruined my past. Don't do that. Take it back. Stand up and say, no, this is my life, my choices, my time, my effort, my outcome. It's not about denying what happened. Don't lie to yourself. If you were hurt, betrayed, abandoned, say it, acknowledge it, but then decide you're not going to let that be the end of your story. Decide that the next chapter is going to be written by you on your terms. And let's talk about these excuses. Some of you are carrying them around like a security blanket. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have the right education. I don't have time. Let me tell you something. Someone with less than you has done more. Someone with fewer resources, less support, less knowledge has built a life they're proud of. Because they refuse to let excuses be the reason they stayed small. Excuses are comfortable. They let you off the hook. They give you a reason to stay the same, but they don't change anything. You want to prove them wrong? Then kill your excuses. Burn them to the ground. Decide that you will find a way, because there is always a way. If you're willing to pay the price, that price is work. It's sacrifice. It's facing your fears and confronting your weaknesses. It's admitting that you don't know everything, that you're going to have to learn. It's showing up when you're tired, when you're scared, when you'd rather quit. It's about saying to yourself, I refuse to be a victim of my past. I refuse to let someone else's opinion define me. I refuse to give up because it's hard. I refuse to betray myself by settling. You want them to eat their words? Don't argue with them. Don't beg them to see your worth. Don't try to convince them you're serious this time. Show them quietly, consistently, unapologetically. Show them by the life you build, the discipline you develop, the character you forge. Own your story, not the pretty version, the real one, all of it. Own your scars, own your mistakes, own your dreams, own your choices. Because when you do that, no one can take it from you. That's how you prove them wrong. Not by talking, not by explaining, but by becoming so strong, so focused, so resilient that the person they said you'd never be is standing right in front of them, undeniable, unbreakable, unashamed. And when they look at you, they'll see that they were wrong. And you'll know you didn't need their belief. You just needed your own. Listen to me carefully. The world is going to doubt you. That's not a maybe, it's a guarantee. People will question your dreams. They'll question your ability. They'll question your right to even try. It doesn't matter how pure your intentions are, how talented you are, how much potential you have. The moment you step out of line, the moment you say, I want more, you'll hear it. You're not that special. Who do you think you are? Be realistic. Don't embarrass yourself. Some of them will say it to your face. Most of them won't. They'll say it behind your back. In little jokes, in condescending advice, in those moments of quiet dismissal where you see in their eyes, they don't believe in you. Good. Let them. Because their doubt isn't your problem. It's their limitation. It's the ceiling they've put on their own life. And they want you to live under it too. Because if you break out, you remind them they never did. See, most people are afraid. Afraid to fail. Afraid to look stupid. Afraid to want something they might not get. They've accepted smallness as safety, and they're threatened by anyone who refuses to do the same. Your ambition threatens their complacency. Your hunger exposes their apathy. Your courage calls out their fear. You want them to support you. Don't count on it. Don't expect it. Don't demand it. The applause comes last, if it comes at all. First comes silence, or worse, resistance. That's the cost of having a vision no one else can see. When you say you want to be great, you sign up for doubt. When you say you want to change, you invite criticism. When you start to work, really work, you attract people who will ask, why are you trying so hard? Who do you think you're fooling? That's when you have a choice. You can shrink to make them comfortable. You can dull your shine so they don't feel bad. You can kill your own dreams so they don't have to watch you chase them, or you can let them doubt you. Let them talk. Let them roll their eyes. Let them tell you you're crazy. Let them whisper behind your back. Because while they're talking, you're building. While they're mocking, you're mastering your craft. While they're laughing, you're sacrificing. While they're doubting, you're growing stronger, sharper, hungrier. Don't waste energy trying to convince them. That's not your job. Your job is to become undeniable. Your job is to become so good they can't ignore you. Your job is to prove it to yourself first. And understand this, doubt can be fuel if you use it right. Let it push you on the days you want to quit. Let it echo in your mind when you don't feel like getting up early, when you don't want to stay late, when you want to take shortcuts. Let their words haunt you until you decide you're going to show them exactly who you are. But don't let it turn you bitter. Don't make your mission about revenge or spite. That's too small. Don't work just to prove them wrong. Work to prove yourself right. Because in the end, their opinions won't pay your bills. Their doubts won't build your legacy. Their limitations won't define your destiny unless you let them. When you're old, looking back on your life, you won't remember the people who doubted you. You'll remember whether you had the guts to do it anyway, whether you lived for their approval or your own calling, whether you let them keep you in a cage or you broke free and built something real. So let them doubt you, smile at it, thank them for it, then get to work. Because one day they'll see exactly who you are. and you won't need to say a word. Everybody wants to be seen at the finish line, but almost no one wants to show up at the starting line when it's dark and cold and no one's watching. Everybody wants the reward, the title, the respect, but they don't want to pay for it in sweat and sacrifice when no one's clapping. That's the part they don't tell you. Success is built in silence, in lonely hours, in the work no one sees. When you say you want to prove them wrong, you better understand what that means. It doesn't mean posting motivational quotes all day. It doesn't mean announcing your goals to get applause before you've done anything. It means you're going to have to make a promise to yourself that you will do the work even when no one is watching, especially then, because that's the test. It's easy to work when there's an audience. It's easy to push when someone is cheering you on. But the moment the lights are off, the room is empty, and the world has forgotten about your big dreams, that's when the real ones keep going. That's when champions are built. You think the greats got there by accident? You think they woke up one day with all the answers? No. They got there because they fell in love with the grind. The early mornings, the late nights, the repetition so boring it would break most people. The discipline to do it right when no one would know if they cut corners. That's what separates you from everyone who said they wanted it but quit. You want to get stronger? Go lift when you're tired. You want to get smarter? Study when you'd rather sleep. You want to build your business? Make the calls, write the plans, fix the failures when no one is buying, when it's humiliating, when it's lonely. People see the success and say, you're lucky. They don't see the years you spent grinding in obscurity. They don't see the sacrifices, the relationships you had to let go, the weekends you skipped, the fun you missed, the tears you shed when nothing seemed to be working. They don't see the thousands of times you said no to what was easy, so you could say yes to what you really wanted. And the worst part, no one is going to give you credit for that work while you're doing it. No one will celebrate your process. No one will thank you for trying. You have to be willing to do it anyway. That's the contract you sign when you want to prove them wrong. You sign up for the nights alone. You sign up for the days you feel like quitting. You sign up for the frustration of failing, learning, and trying again. You sign up for the invisible work, because that's the only way to make the visible success real. Anyone can pretend. Anyone can show off on social media. Anyone can talk a big game. But you can't fake consistency. You can't cheat the hours. You can't buy mastery. That only comes from the work you do when no one knows your name. So ask yourself, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to be the person who shows up every single day, no matter what? Are you willing to be patient enough to wait for the results? Are you willing to bet on yourself so hard that you'll keep going even when it feels pointless? That's what it takes. That's what it means to prove them wrong. Because one day the results will speak for you. One day the success will be so obvious, they can't deny it. They'll call you talented, gifted, lucky. Let them. You'll know the truth. You'll know it was built in those hours. No one saw. The question is, will you do the work? Not just once, not just when you feel inspired, but every damn day. If you can answer yes to that, then you're already on your way. Because the world can't stop someone who is willing to keep going when no one's watching. If you're going to prove them all wrong, you have to stop running from your pain. You have to stop pretending it didn't happen. You have to stop acting like you're not hurt, angry, disappointed. Because here's the truth you don't hear enough. Pain is inevitable. No matter how careful you are, no matter how good you try to be, you're going to get hurt in this life. People will betray you. You'll lose things you love. You'll fail in public. You'll hear no 1,000 times when you wanted just one yes. Most people let pain break them. It hardens them. It makes them bitter, small, afraid to try again. They build walls so high they can't see over them and call it safety. They lower their expectations so they'll never be disappointed again and call it wisdom. But really, they're just surviving, existing, settling. You want to prove them wrong? Don't just survive your pain. Use it. Turn it into power. Think about it. Pain is energy. It wakes you up. It focuses you. It burns away the lies you tell yourself. When you're hurt, you see things clearly. You find out who you really are, what you really want. That betrayal, it taught you who's really on your side. That rejection, it taught you you're not entitled to anything. You have to earn it. That failure, it showed you what you didn't know so you can get better. That heartbreak, it reminded you you're capable of loving deeply, even if they didn't deserve it. Pain is the world's most honest teacher. It doesn't care about your ego. It doesn't care about your plans. It doesn't care about your timeline. It will teach you whether you want to learn or not. But if you're smart, you'll sit at its feet and listen, because pain is a way of giving you the kind of hunger comfort never can. When you've been humiliated, you train harder so it doesn't happen again. When you've been broke, you hustle like hell to make sure you never feel that helpless again. When you've been told you're nothing, you build yourself into something no one can ignore, but only if you choose to. That's the secret. Pain doesn't automatically make you better. It can destroy you if you let it. If you sit in it too long, it becomes self-pity. If you deny it, it becomes rage or numbness that eats you alive. You have to decide you're going to use it. You have to look at the worst things that happen to you and say, I'm going to make sure this wasn't for nothing. I'm going to build something with it. This isn't about pretending the pain is good. It's about refusing to waste it, refusing to let it make you small, refusing to let it make you cruel. Instead, let it make you sharp. Let it make you wise. Let it make you humble enough to know you don't know everything. And then let it make you unstoppable. Because the truth is, the people you admire, the ones who really did it, didn't have easy lives. They weren't handed anything. They got up one more time than they fell. They used the laughter, the insults, the betrayals, the failures as fuel. They didn't avoid the fire, they walked through it, and it forged them. You want to prove them all wrong? Then show them that their attempt to break you didn't work. Show them that you're still standing, still fighting, still growing. Show them that the pain they thought would finish you off only made you more determined. Because nothing is more terrifying to your doubters than the realization that they gave you exactly what you needed to beat them. So stop wishing it was easier. Stop wishing you'd never been hurt. Use it. Harness it. Let it drive you so far beyond what they thought was possible that one day they'll have no choice but to say, I was wrong about you. And you won't even need to say, I told you so, because your life will say it for you. When you talk about proving them all wrong, you need to think bigger than just shutting people up for a day. Petty victories are temporary. Their disbelief might sting, but that's not the real fight. The real fight is about what you leave behind, what you build that outlives their doubt, outlasts your failures, and defines who you truly were when no one was left to argue. That's your legacy. See, doubt is loud in the moment, but it's quiet in history. The critics don't get statues. The naysayers don't get remembered. The people who sat around gossiping about why you'd fail, no one writes books about them, but they do remember the one who kept going, the one who turned every you can't into a legacy that can't be erased. Legacy isn't about ego. It's not about fame or money or forcing the world to remember your name. It's about meaning. It's about whether what you did mattered, whether you left the place better than you found it, whether you inspired someone else to believe they could do it too. Your legacy is the sum of your choices when no one is watching. It's the work you did when no one believed in you. It's the values you refused to compromise. It's the standard you held yourself to even when it was hard, even when it was lonely. Think about the people who inspired you, the ones whose stories lit a fire in you. Did they have it easy? Did they quit when the world doubted them? No, they were doubted too. They were laughed at, told they'd never make it, that they were stupid, reckless, delusional, and they kept going. That's why you know their names. You're going to be doubted. That's a given. Some people will doubt you forever, even when you succeed, even when you prove them wrong in 100 ways. They'll find something new to question. You can't waste your life trying to get their approval. You have to live for something higher than that. Live for the people watching quietly, wondering if they have permission to chase their own dream. Live for the future you who will look back and say, I'm glad we didn't quit. Live for the people who will never meet you, but will be changed by what you built, the example you set, the standard you refuse to lower. When the world doubts you, they're trying to write your story for you. Don't let them. Pick up the pen, decide that the ending will be yours to choose. Even if you fail 1,000 times, you get to say, I tried. I gave everything. I didn't let fear or small minds keep me small. Legacy is not comfort. It's not safety. It's not easy. It requires you to bet on yourself when there's no guarantee. It demands you get up when you're exhausted, show up when you're embarrassed, learn when you're lost. It asks you to endure seasons of isolation, misunderstanding, and sacrifice. Because legacy isn't built in a day. It's built in decades. It's the result of thousands of small decisions to keep going when quitting would have been so much easier. You want to prove them all wrong? Don't just win the argument. Win your life. Don't just have a good moment. Build a good name. Don't just silence them now. Leave them no words at all when you're gone, except they did it. Because in the end, the world will forget the doubts. It will forget the critics. It will forget the noise. But it will not forget the work. It will not forget the truth you live. That's your final answer to every hater, every doubter, every person who tried to box you in. Not with words, not with rage, but with a life so strong, so clear, so unshakable in purpose that it can't be denied. That's your legacy. Build it. Listen to me now. At the end of the day, it's not about them. It was never about them. It's about you. It's about who you choose to be when the world tells you who you can't be. It's about what you're willing to sacrifice, how hard you're willing to fight, how much you're willing to endure to live a life that's truly yours. You want to prove them wrong? Don't do it with words. Do it with action, with discipline, with relentless daily, unglamorous work. Do it by refusing to back down when it's hard, by refusing to let their doubt become your truth. Because in the end, all the talk fades away, the laughter stops, the critics get quiet, and all that's left is what you built, who you became, and the legacy you leave behind. That's what matters. That's what. So stand up, own your story, turn your pain into power, embrace the work no one sees. Leave a legacy so undeniable, it silences every doubt without you ever having to say a word. They said you couldn't. Prove them wrong.